Guys, this is week 9, so let's jump right in. We'll look at a blindside block real quick. It's going to come into your screen on the right, just coming in now. So you can't see much of it, but if I slow it down, we can really see it just as it's coming in. You can see the defender does not see it coming. There's no open hands, initiated with a shoulder and a thrust, and it's a hard, forceful hit. So it meets all the criteria of blindside block, and this was correctly flagged, as you can see. It's a good call there. A couple things to look at on this. We have a player offsides. Remember, on a deep kick, we want them to be clearly offsides, which they are there. As you can see, the ball is just not being kicked, and we got a foot over the line, so he's clearly offsides. On a deep kick, we want a foot down on the ground over the line. Onside kick, treated as a plane. So there you get a deep kick. So it should have been offsides. One thing to note here too is as an umpire you want to line up right on the 40. There's some train of thought that says you line up on the 41 if you see anyone in front of you without seeing the ball, then you know you have offsides. I can see the merit of that, but I think you see it better standing right there at the 40. That way you still know exactly when the ball's kicked, and still there's someone standing in front of you before the ball's kicked, and you still have offsides. So that's one thing. Now look here, we have a good no call on a potential illegal blindside block. Defender doesn't see it coming, but we're going to see an open hand initiation there. So he gets his hands out there, pushes off with the hands. So that's a good legal blindside block. And then we have a horse collar. He's going to grab him inside the jersey and pull him down. It's not a hard pull down. It's not an egregious tackle at all, but it still meets all the criteria of a horse collar tackle, and that is a safety foul. So this should have been called. Let's look at an OPI real quick. Watch the top of the screen. So we can debate the merits of this, whether this was intentional, whether the DB changed ways on him and he just kind of got in his way. None of that matters. It is the offensive player's responsibility to avoid the contact on the defender here. Does he prevent him from getting to the pass? No, probably not. But he does illegally gain the receiver at least a couple extra yards. And again, it's illegal because it does constitute blocking downfield. We don't know whether this was incidental, purpose, or what. Doesn't matter. It is the offensive player's responsibility to avoid contact on this type of play. He does not do it in this instance, so we should have had offensive pass interference. That would be side judge's call. It's a tough play, and I understand. I can see merits on both sides, but I think it's one of those that we have to call that offensive pass interference. Let's watch the receivers on the bottom of the screen. They're checking off and all that, which is fine. We can only do what they tell us they're going to do. We have both these offensive players are on the line. So this guy, he's ineligible. He's still eligible. He's eligible. But this inside receiver is ineligible. And I may even go as far to say as I would like to see this in a little more on the line here. This is punt formation, and the lineman getting this far off the ball. Remember, they got to be breaking the center's butt. But it is a huge advantage to the punting team to be that far back. So even with that in mind, I think we have legal formation. But still, let's just watch this. as this develops. Alright, so we got a fake punt possibly. He throws it, and remember this inside receiver that we were following? He is going to be downfield. Yep. So as soon as that pass goes beyond the line of scrimmage, we should have had a flag. So just be careful for that. Remember, he's covered up. Again, we can only go off what he tells you. If he tells you he's on the line, all right, put him on the line. But he still can't go out for a pass. And then, we would like to see this guy a little bit further up. We got to be breaking playing the center's butt. And being that far back on a punt is a huge advantage. And then, of course, like we saw, we have a pass. As soon as it breaks, as soon as that pass is legal forward pass, then we need to have a flag on the ground, an eligible downfield. It's easy to miss an eligible downfields on fake punts. We did it in the state finals last year. It's easy to do, but we need to be cognizant of stuff like that. We're gonna have a hard hit on the quarterback here, but I think we have a legal hit. It looks rough, and I can see why a lot of people would want that to be illegal, but there's nothing illegal about it. Right now, this quarterback, he is a runner. As soon as he's just now established it, but it's bang bang. There's nothing illegal about this hit. It's certainly not high. It's right there in the target area where we want it to be, right there in the chest. So again, it's a hard hit. He is a defenseless player, but it's not an illegal hit on the defenseless player. Again, taking off like that, we don't know if he's a runner. And by the time he establishes it, it's too late. So that's one of those. It looks hard. It looks like that should be a foul, but it is not. That is a perfectly legal hit, and that's why. Look at a couple of pylon plays real quick. Right here, we want to be parallel with that. We want to be goal line extended, just like if we were rolling on a goal line, because we need to see where that ball is when it hits the point. So we should be here. Now this ball, it is inside the pylon, but from the position where we are, it's not, it's going to be harder for us to tell that. So move on up a little bit, get a little bit closer to that pylon, and you can rule on that better. Same thing with the play here. We're inside the 10, so wings, you got the goal line on this. And right at the goal line, we have no one on the goal line. So, this is not obviously a touchdown, but it is more than likely a touchdown. But we're not in position to see this at all. If we're the white coach, we can make a hard argument that this should not be a touchdown, and there's no one in position to back that up. So, one thing, just as a wing guy, especially when you're inside the 10, don't get sucked in. See, the quarterback goes inside and then he bounces out. It's easy to get sucked in, but we need to remember goal line is the priority right here, is the #1 responsibility, and we got to have someone on there. Here we have a good rule on first touching. Only thing I want to say about this is let's be careful not to toss or throw a beanbag. Beanbags just aren't made to be thrown. They're made to be dropped or short tossed. So in something like this, just make a mental note of where it was hit, and then as you're running by, drop the beanbag. Just like if this were received like a normal punt, don't throw the beanbag where he catches it. Make a mental note of where he caught it, and as you run by, drop it. Now, a lot of times, the first touching here, if it were to hit him and then bounce off this direction and he doesn't pick it up, then yeah, throw your beanbag to where it hit him. But in this instance, just go by and drop it, because if you see here, we have 2 beanbags on the ground and they're a yard or 2 apart. So on the beanbag, if you can, just drop it as you're running by. You're going to have a great ruling on a catch. Field judge is in perfect position to rule on this. He makes a good sell, and we slow it down. He is right. So it's a good call. You know, normally in this position we wouldn't have the field judge taking the spot, and he doesn't take the spot. But you know, we don't have a signal for a complete catch. So we're stopping the clock, running up, telling the wing guy where the spot is, telling him he's got a catch. Hey, that way everyone knows that we have a catch. Officials know we have a catch, coaches know we have a catch, fans know we have a catch. Great job, great mechanics there, great positioning, good all-around play. It's a good call in forward progress. Bounce out to a wider shot, you'll see it better. Remember where he catches it and he's driven back, we're going to give him the progress. So he's going to catch it right kind of between the 25 and the 24, and then he's driven back. You see the wing official coming in doing a good job of spotting the ball, spotting the forward progress just inside the 25 there. So good job on the forward progress rule. Here as you see, back this up for a minute. See, we have 4th down and short. So we know now, no matter what, as soon as that ball is down, we need to stop the clock. So we have it down. Play is stopped. No one stopped the clock yet. No one stopped the clock yet. Now we have to stop the clock. Let's stop the clock sooner than that. As soon as we know the play has ended, let's stop the clock. So, no. So we can be fairly certain right now that the play's over. You got 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, almost 5 seconds before we stop the clock. This is an in-game situation. Those 4 or 5 seconds are pretty vital. So let's stop the clock. Another thing on this, we have a lot of coaches right here out on the field. This one's at the numbers. This one's close to the numbers. So let me go out to the wider view. So we have this covered here in the middle. What we should have here, and the side judge does a good job stopping the clock. Oops, sorry. Side judge does a good job of stopping the clock soon. As soon as he realizes what's going on, he stops the clock. That's a good job on him. But we would have liked all the officials to stop it a little bit sooner. As soon as you know the play's over, 4th down, stop the clock. What this side judge can do after he stopped the clock, see he's no help in here, go ahead and get these coaches back on the sideline. There's no need to have coaches all on the field like this. You know, it doesn't take long for them to just creep up, and start having their opinion and voices heard more, kind of interfering with what's going on. So side judge here, go ahead and just walk these coaches back, get them back on the sideline, and help clear stuff up there. Only thing here, a little more certainty in the ruling here. I can't say whether or not this is a completed catch or not. Don't have a good angle, and that Dalton player's in the way. So, wing guy, maybe the umpire can help, but it's hard. He's blocked out too. So, wing guy, you got the view on this. You run down to the spot that indicates we probably have a catch. But the only thing I don't like here is that you have your hands out to the side here and they kind of pause. You really look like you're about to rule incomplete. And then you come up and stop the clock or give the spot. it just looks like you're uncertain on what's going on. So just come in here, use the time you're getting down there to kind of process in your mind what happened, catch or no catch, and then come up and give a sure signal. Like right here, you just look like, you look uncertain. I'm not saying you're right or wrong on this. You may be right. I can't tell you. The only person who really has that angle. So just come up and give us a sure signal. It just helps everyone in the world know what's going on. And it makes you look more sure of what you got. Let's pay close attention to where this ball is caught. They're going to be right there at the line of scrimmage. Line of scrimmage is at 30. Side judge throws probably pass interference. I can't remember if this is OPI or DPI. It was a pass interference call. And they went with the pass interference call. But I think we have a case of this ball being caught behind the line of scrimmage. Remember, the line of scrimmage is the 30. And as you can see, he catches it beyond the 30. He probably makes contact with it right there. So probably the 31 lands on the 32. So either way, we're behind the line of scrimmage. Deep guy does what he's supposed to do. Just go ahead and throw the flag, because as a deep guy, you don't know where the pass is. So it is up to, in this case then, it is up to the wing officials to come and take this deep guy off the call. Just come in and say, hey, I got it behind the line of scrimmage. Line judge is looking straight down the line, so he has the best view on that. Like I said, deep guy still throws a flag because you don't know, but it's up to the wings. Good crew communication to come in here and say, no, I got it behind the line of scrimmage. As a referee, you probably want to ask if you know it's close like that, which you may not because you got a lot of action going on the quarterback right there. But anytime it's close to the line of scrimmage, and we have a pass interference, we want to ask, was that caught behind the line of scrimmage? All right, a couple of weeks ago, we showed a clip of a running back doing some movement and how we should have killed it. Here we're going to have again, similar situation. Like we said 2 or 3 weeks ago, we need to kill it. Here we need to kill it again. That's obviously, you can obviously sell that as simulating the snap. Even if he resets, doesn't matter. He didn't know the snap count, so he doesn't get away with that. So we should shut that down right there. Here we're going to have a situation where we have something similar, almost the exact same thing, and the crew does a good job of actually shutting it down. Watch the tailback. Yep, he did it. He actually had this flanker right here does it too. Tailback does it first, and I think the flanker actually sees it and actually moves with him. But there you can, I guess they both kind of did at the same time. But either way, that tailback action right there, this was correctly shut down as it should have been. That's all for this week. We are on week 10, so this is, we're closing in on the end of the season here. The games are getting tight, tensions are getting high. Just stay focused and keep giving it everything you got. Keep striving for that perfect game.